nab it, snap it, trap it. That's the way. Every day you can play Beat the Clock. And now here's the star of the all-new Beat the Clock, Monty Hall.
Thank you. How do you like this, huh? Thank you, girls. Thank you. And I guess that you can guess by now that because of all the orange and black and the masks and whatnot, it's our Halloween show. And I guess you would call it Beat the Clock is sort of a Halloween show. It's trick or treat in a way. You perform the trick and we treat you to some very big cash. And the people waiting to play this trick or treat Beat the Clock game today are waiting to be introduced by Jack Nars.
Righto, Monty. First of all, our returning champions who so far have won $3,400. They are Ron and Gloria Aitman. Challenging them in the green sweaters, we have Doug and Kathy Bowen.
Hello, Doug. Kathy, how are you? Welcome to Beat the Clock. Tell me something about yourself, Doug.
Well, I'm a mild-mannered insurance supervisor for a large metropolitan insurance company.
That doesn't go together, you know. Mild manner and supervisor don't go together.
Sometimes it has to.
Yeah, I suppose a soft word works a
Handle a lot of complaints.
That's right. Kathy, what do you do?
I'm a mild-mannered nurse.
Mild-mannered nurse. I've had a few of you Miss Bedpans in my time, and you're not so mild-mannered. Turn over, you say. Right. All right, Doug and Kathy. Over here, we have an X-ray technician, so there's something in common with nurses and technicians. Ron and Gloria Aitman, and they're back again, picked up a few $1,000. How much so far?
$3,400.
You counted, right? I knew you would. And good luck to both teams as you start to play our stunts for today that pay off very handsomely. $500 for the first one. And the first one we have, we're going to need both men and women. Come on over here. It's a Halloween stunt to open the show. We've got our witches' hats here. I guess you recognize it looks like a witch's hat, doesn't it? And what we're going to do is, I know you're not going to like this, but who do you think wears the witch's hat?
Probably the men.
Try again. You know what we have in mind. The witches, as far as I've known down through history, the witches have always been women, you see? Right, but it's going to work that way. So what we're going to do, girls, would you come out here and help put these hats on Kathy and Gloria? Because they're going to put them on and become witches for the next few moments. They will put their hats on. And if you will notice as they're putting them on, that there was a little groove at the top of the hat. Did you see that? A little groove, because what the boys are going to do is you're going to take these rubber balls and put them in that little slot on top of their hats, right up here on top. You feel it up there? You don't have to worry about it because you're not going to touch it from here on in. Only Doug is. And there's a ball that fits in here. Don't move, darling. Okay. Don't move. It fits right in there. And what we're going to have you girls do is stand on these mats, right over there in front of the men. Stand right there. The men are going to stand behind you, and they're going to put the ball on top. You may have to scrunch it down a little to let them get up that high. And then you're going to lean forward and drop it in this spittoon. Sorry about that, sir. And then if you can do that, and to do it well, you'll beat the opposition. The one who gets the most in 60 seconds will be the winner. Is that understood? Get behind your ladies, get behind the stools. That's it, just like that. And well, as a matter of fact, we'll start off by having one on top, ready to go. And then we'll be on our way. And the clock will start. And if you're ready, ladies, you just lean forward. Don't leave the mat. Ready, go. No, you left the mat. You mustn't leave the mat. You must stay on the mat. Lean forward. You better have a ball. You better have a ball in there first, dear. You can hang on. You can hang on to the hats if it helps you. Hang on to the hat. You can hang on to the hat. You can hang on to the side of the hat. You need a ball, dear. Come back. Gentlemen, call out and tell them if they've got the ball. There are still 20 seconds remaining. And red team has one. Green team has none. Oh, near miss for the green team. Another near miss for the green team. They're hitting the rim. And time has run out, and the red team wins by a score of 1-0. $500 for the champion. can take it all off now. It just, I think, pulls right off underneath. And right back to home base. Let's take a look at the scoreboard as the first $500 comes up for the Aikmans. They have $500. The green team have yet to score. You'll have to sit and watch them now because Ron and Gloria are going to play a little stunt together against Star Clock and see if they can pick up an additional $500. Come with me, Ron and Gloria. I'm going to bring you out here to center stage. And here is an ordinary, innocent-looking card table. And here are some ordinary, innocent-looking cups. And we place them on the table, all lying down, 4 of them. What we want you to do in this race against the clock is to get each one of these cups to either stand this way or inverted, as long as they're not on their side. Is that understood? How are we going to make that happen? Well, we give each of you a gavel, and you can stand on the side, one on either side of the table, and you just go like this, see? And you make it flip up in the air. And when you get all 4 standing on one end or the other, you'll have won yourself $500, provided that you can beat the clock. How much time on the clock for this stunt? 45 seconds. Ron, here's your gavel. All of them. What, you think just one? Ron, over here? I can't get away with it. No, you can't get away with it. Gloria, over here. And you start hammering from underneath the table. Okay? Go. You have 1, you have 2, you have 3. Oh, back to 2. Now you have 3 again. Now you have 2. Now you have 3. Back to 3 again. Now you have 4. What you did, Ron, is you figured out very early in the game that the gentle touch would do it, right?
Definitely.
Yes, if you start to hammer them, well, 2 things happen. First of all, you never know whether they're going to flop on either side or not, but they're going to fly right off the table. But that nice little delicate stroke. And Glory, I noticed with about 10 or 15 seconds, you stopped.
I stopped because I saw that he was doing it and I wasn't.
You just left it all in your hands, and you did a very good job, Ron. And besides which, you pick up another $500. Now take a look at the board. You have $1,000, another $1,000 for the winnings of the Aikmans, and we'll be back to see whether the Bowens can make a comeback and get some money on the board. All right, we're back to beat the clock. We're going to play another game with the Bowens and the Aikmans. The Aikmans have $1,000 so far, and another chance to pick up some money right over here. This is going to be a little game of pitch and catch. In this particular game, the girls will be the pitchers, the gentlemen will be the catchers. What we have to do is start off by putting those space helmets on the men, and that is to protect them, but it is also a vital part of the game. Watch his nose. There you go. Put the visor down to protect them, but you can also see at the same time. Now, what you're going to do is with your hands behind your back, you're going to stand on this mat, and you're going to stand on the green mat, and the girls are going to pitch things at you, which you will catch with your helmet. Let me show you what you're going to pitch, girls. Down here, we have some sucker men. That's a funny name for a thing, but that's what these are called, sucker men. Take a look at them. See that? Looks like a man, but it's got all kinds of suction cups. That's what it's called. It's got suction cups all over, so that when you throw it at these gentlemen, it can hit and stick. And they do, believe me. They may bounce off, but there's a very good chance that they will hit and stick. Gentlemen, you may not leave the mat, but you can try and move your head around if you can. Girls, get on the mats behind the sucker cups and start throwing, and the first one to get 3 on a helmet will be the winner in 60 seconds. Otherwise, it'll be the one who has the most at that time. All right, are you ready? Start throwing. may not believe this, friends, but the last one wasn't even on his helmet. The last one was right down his back somewhere. But he still had 2, and the Greens only had 1, so the red team wins another $500. All right. Move over here. Move right back over here to the starting position. And we'll take a look at that scoreboard. And would you believe the 8-man score now goes up to $1,500, and they're getting richer by the second. Trick or treat is the game that they're playing. And boy, they're performing the tricks, and we're treating them to $1,500 and a chance to pick up another $500. You ready to try for that, too? Haven't run out of breath yet, have you?
Nope.
Are we working you too hard here today?
I don't think so.
No, not at all. You had a 1-0 lead at one point, you know that? And I thought Kathy had the range the way she was throwing.
I think she tired rapidly.
Oh, tired rapidly. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. All right, boy, have we got an interesting one for the 8-mans now. Gloria and Ron, you're going to work together to try and pick up another $500. And if you do, you'll have $2,000 for the day. With the $3,400 from before, you'll be up in the high tax category. All right, shall we go over and see what you do to earn another $500? Please note that we have a slide here. And what we're going to have you do, Gloria, is we're going to have you send some plates down the slide. You're going to stand right on this box behind you. As a matter of fact, why don't you climb up there now to see what it's like? And then one of our girls, any one of the girls, Cindy can come over here. Anyone is going to hand you the plates. One of the girls will hand you the plates one at a time. You will take the plate and slide it down the chute, right down over there, where Ron will trap them. And I'll show you how in just a moment. And if he can trap 3 of these plates in the time that we have on the clock, you will win another $500. The time on the clock for this stunt is 45 seconds. To help you, Ron, we're going to let you trap the plates with a plumber's friend. The plumber's friend is right here, and you will stand off on the side. I'd like you to stand. Does it matter what side he stands on? What side do you like to? I'd prefer it if you stood on this side so we can see it. Which do you like? You like to? Then you'll have to do it on the side you're more comfortable with. All right. And when this plate comes sliding down, you just smash that plumber's friend down and trap it. And if you can do it, you've got yourself 1, then there'll be 2, then there'll be 3, and you win $500. Okay? Just 2 things. One is we're going to put a blindfold on you. Yes, why don't you put the blindfold on him? Thank you, Autumn. And now, since you won't be able to see the plates coming down, why we have something for your wife, a whistle. And here comes the whistle. So what you do, Gloria, is the following. You slide it down, and when you think he should hit that plumber's friend down, you blow the whistle. Okay? Are you ready? The clock is set at 45 seconds. Ready, go. Too late, too late. Too late, too late. Too soon, too soon. Too late. No whistle. Too late. All right, that's 1. All right, that's 2. Got 2 with 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Oh, too bad, too bad. You can take the blindfold off, Rod. You did get 2. And you had about 10 or 12 seconds left to go to get the 3rd one. Sorry you didn't get it, but close doesn't count, huh? Oh, it was fun. Thanks, Gloria. Ron and Gloria stay at $1,500, and in just a moment they'll be playing against Doug and Kathy Bowens in the all-important bonus shuffle game, which will determine the champions for today. It's not the money so far, it's that bonus shuffle that does it, and we'll be shuffling your way in just a minute. Shuffle game is coming up. This will determine our champions for the day. A quick explanation for our challengers. They haven't played the game. Of course, our champs have played it several times now. The shuffleboard is divided into money amounts that range from $300 to $1,000. $300 at this end, all the way up to $1,000. The team whose disc is touching the highest amount of money and leading will be declared the winner and win that amount of money wherever they are. Get that money, keep it, and then play the bonus game for 10 times that amount of money. Of course, the 8-mans know it. They once won with $1,000 and played their bonus for 10 grand. And, of course, they're hoping to do it again today. Let me caution you that if you try for that 1,000 and you go too far, you go off the board. And if you go off the board, the disc is out of play. And if it goes off the side, it's out of play. and if it doesn't go far enough to reach at least the first money amount, we will take it off the board. Now, when one team is leading the other, as is the case right now, the Reds have 1,500, the Greens have nothing, then they will get the one extra disc. They'll be able to throw 3 against your 2. And that means that they'll go first and last. Ladies go first. Gloria, you take your first shot, and then Kathy, you will follow. It's a throw that looks like it's coming over the side, but comes right back nicely and is at the $700 mark. Kathy, this is the one that's in the lead right now. It's the one you have to pass or knock off the board. So here's Kathy with her first shot. Not far enough, not far enough. It's in play, but it isn't going to help you very much. As the red team comes up now, I guess Ron is going to try and put a block on his disc so that the green team won't be able to get by. He blocks it. He's in the money amounts. And now the green team will take its last shot. Doug, think about it for a while. This is the one that you have to eliminate. Can you do it? No, he's not going to do it. The toss was too gentle. Now the red team is at 700, has one more disc in case they want to try and get a higher amount. What do you want to do? Forget it. Ron says forget it. They'll take the championship right over here with $700. Okay. The champions have done it again at $700 to the total. They have for the day $2,200, and come back in just a minute to play the bonus game for $7,000. All right, we're back. We're back and we're ready to play the bonus game for $7,000 for the Eightmans. Ron knows this game. If you've been watching Beat the Clock, folks, you'll know this is the 4th time they've attempted this bonus stunt, and maybe 4 will be a lucky one for you. At any rate, what they have to do is simply this. Ron will stand on the mat. He'll pick up the hoop. It's got a lariat, and he's going to try and rope that bowling pin right down at the end. If you got the one in the left hand, that's it. Now, he's going to try and rope this bowling pin, and after he does, he will pull it towards him very carefully so that by the time it reaches a position where he can reach down and grab it, it will still be erect. If it topples over, of course, Glory will reset it. And what we want you to do is bring in 2 of these pins to me in this amount of time on the clock. And if you can do so, you will have $7,000. It's 45 seconds. You know how it goes. We'll be wishing you well. Are you ready? Go. Gloria resets the pin each time. All right. Now this boy is off to a good start. This young man has got himself a good beginning. Slowly bringing it in so he can take it. Don't take it too prematurely. All right, that's one. Okay, he's done one. And you got a good 20 seconds. You've still got 18 seconds. Oh, looking good. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, Ron. 7, 6, 5. I'll tell you, even those of us who are watching get so involved that you're pulling it in with your heart. You're pulling it in with your heart and not with the hoop. All right. Well, listen, you're getting closer and closer and closer. Maybe there's one more chance left in you because we'll try that stunt one more time before we retire it, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to be the champions when it comes up for that 5th time. All right. We're going to retire for a few commercials right now, and then we'll come back and total up all the winnings for the day. As I look at the challengers, I'm reminded of what you said at the beginning of the show. When I said to Doug, when he was playing the bonus shuffle game, I said, you were too timid. He says, I told you I was mild-mannered. And Kathy's a mild-mannered nurse and a mild-mannered insurance agent. Go away with no mild, no manner, no trick-or-treat. But we do have some nice prizes for you backstage. And we thank you for being with us on Beat the Clock. Doug and Kathy Owens, Ron and Gloria have added $2,200 to their total, which brings your total for all the days you've been here up to $5,600. And you'll be back to play another challenging team and maybe get to play that bonus game one more time. I hope so. It'd be very nice if you did, and fitting if you could cap it off with a win. All right, they're going to be meeting another couple when we resume on Beat the Clock. Incidentally, be sure to watch tomorrow morning when CBS presents the November issue of the monthly series Magazine, starring Sharon Lovejoy, at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central and Pacific. And we'll be back Friday with more action-filled thrills right here on the all-new Beat the Clock. Bye-bye, everybody, and thank you for